Now then, if you remember last week, I was investigating those really quite big lithium ion pouches, and at the end of it we investigated this Noco GB70. It's a jump starter type thing, but it had been used just as a power bank, and I think that's where the problem lies. Anyway, we got halfway into it and I didn't want to go any further because the person this belongs to was on the solar course, and the solar course finished Tuesday. I think that was Tuesday the 3rd of October or something like that. Anyway, we're going to crack on with this now because he said, yeah, it's no good to man the beast. Dig into it and see if you can do something with it. So that's what we're going to do. So therefore, let's have a look down at the bench. So last week, as I said, now I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see this. See, that's got a triangular indentation. So I really had to get quite fierce to get those undone, because right down the bottom of a long and narrow hole. And you're going, well, what did you put in its place? Very good question. And I'm trying to get this to engage. This is a T10. Yeah. Torx. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. And of course, I put these T10 screws in here because they came out of one of these. Okay, now these are down long holes, but they're a standard torque. They're not some esoteric stuff that you need absolutely special screwdrivers for, and all your security screwdriver bits won't fit down the hole because the hole is deliberately made very narrow. So you actually have to have a screwdriver, a particular screwdriver with that particular end. And either you can try and get one out and then grind the end of a screwdriver to suit, or you can belt a small screwdriver in there. I'm not sure, I don't think that one's got one in. And get it to mould to the triangle. That feels like it's got one in there. There we go. Yeah, bit fiddly. So, but you know, it's this whole thing of you're not worthy. Yeah, this piece of equipment that you've given money for, you're only renting it off us. We're not going to allow you to take it apart. Just give me a minute, I'm having difficulty with this one. There we go, that's the top off. So this battery is an LB times or X22V1. It's a 500 milliamp. I think we just need a shot of that. There we go. Right, now You know, last time I was going, it's not balanced charged. Well, I think I'm wrong, because there's a load of little wires there and they're hidden, and they actually come in there like that. But it definitely feels a bit spongy. So I think the only thing to do is to cut this down there. Before we do that though, we will just check what the volts are. So there's a, yeah, 8.9, you can see that. So that tells me basically that, or gives me a good guess that one of the cells in here, because this is if 11, it's not going to, we've got to be really careful here. How are we going to do this? Very gently. Can we see this? We can. Yeah. We don't want to be stabbing holes in these cells. There's a wire there. Let me turn this round. Okay. Gently, just okay. Right, so these big power cables, they're soldered in, so they're not removable, and that is a vent tube by the sounds, by the feel of it. It's not a wire at all. Okay, let's just I don't really want to have to disconnect these main power wires at the moment. Okay, that's a wrapping off, and there's another one here. Can we see? Yes, we can. It's all a bit difficult to film, to capture. Right, that's better because I'm anyway, so that solar course, this one feels like the bad one, not the middle one. That solar course, it was pretty intense. We had a good bunch of guys, and of course my friend Fran, who you probably met once or twice on the on one of the pottery videos. I'd asked her to come along and keep everything in order. So she had a copy of the lesson plan also, and I'd go, how are we doing? And she would just go, we missed this and that and everything, and say things like, you're not doing like it all on the order on the plan, which is, of course, you know, when you're doing a course, sometimes it's a bit freeform because you get diverted by questions. Right, so I was wrong last time. This looks like it is balance charged. Okay, so there you go. It was at the end of a different video, but yeah, I was wrong. Now these are supposed to be 5 amp hour. That one's all spongy. So that one goes all the way round to there. That one is a heat sensor. Where are we? Yeah, it's just got a little sensor on there. So we got a wire that goes, we're going to find out. We've got a red wire. Right, let's turn this round again. Okay, so separate connection, that's a temperature sensor. Yeah, and it's just plugged in to its own separate socket. And then we've got a socket here which is black, yellow, white and what I'm assuming to be red. And we've got some Kapton tape here. I'm being ever so gentle here. I do not want to put a hole in any of these, even though one of them is obviously damaged. But I want to see where all the wires go. See, there's a black one there that goes down to the black, the negative. There's a red one here that goes to the negative. There's a yellow one here, just there, that goes between 1 and 2, negative and the middle cell. So this white one will go between number 2 and number 3. And it looks like it's the positive end of the pack, which is duff. Yeah, so the white one goes to there. So it does have balanced charging. Okay. Right. We got the pack apart. So between there and there, oh, this is strange. Between there and there is 4.4 volts. Between there and, let me just try and get that bit of Kapton tape off. There is nothing. So it is the middle one that is faulty, which is a bit surprising. And then from that middle connection to the negative we got 4.45, which is a bit mighty high. So 4.45, nothing. 4.44. So that one is duff. So all my stuff about balance charging, it's totally irrelevant. So what are we going to do? Thing is, let me just turn this over. On this negative buzz bar, you've got this huge amount of, and then you've got these what looks like two relays and a monster amount of solder. So I think the only thing I can actually do now, having got the battery apart, and realise that it's the middle pack that is dodgy, is just put it back together and say to Phil, there's your problem. Yeah, it is balance charged, but obviously something that went on has caused one of the, maybe it got hot and the middle one just got far too hot and just went no. So let's disconnect that. I'm going to put the top back on. Is there anything else I need to show you? We've got the relays here. Where are we? Let's zoom back out. We've got the relays there, and on the negative we've got what looks like a monster amount of diodes. Yeah. And so that's a diode. Straight through. Yeah. So there are a load of diodes. There must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 big power diodes there. Yeah. And they were wrapped in heat shrink, but of course to get in there I had to cut that away, and then I've wrapped it in another piece of something. Okay, so there you go, the trials and tribulations. I don't think these should be used as a power bank. And again, the bottom line with all battery units etc is don't run them till they're flat. Yeah, always have an awareness. When it's down to 20%, charge it back up again. I do that with my drill batteries, do that with the G-Tech batteries, and with my steel chainsaw. Don't run it till it's flat, yeah, because that's a cycle and it just makes things more difficult. Anyway, comments if you have any, and I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers for now.